I get that. I
Nope.
understand.
Get myself centered. Because it's my episode. Get myself centered.
Okay, we're golden. I look pretty. He's like, I'm so glad we're recording this.
Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Dorks Down Under, season 3, episode 21. Because we know it right. We know we're on the right number now.
Yes,
we're
'cause
very confident that we are 21.
I've got 20 to do, and
Yes,
just done 18.
and
So I've been very slack. So I do
Yes,
apologize.
it's alright. We did release out of order, but that's because Dez needed a week, so I released mine early
Yes,
to help a
yes.
brother out. Anyway, this week we are going to be discussing, as we hinted on last episode, is me and Elle have decided that we're going to be doing a movie watch week, like once a week with Edward, and we kind of were discussing about using our old childhood movies that we think would be age appropriate, of course, and yeah, so I actually put it to Des and said, actually, you know what, this would probably be a good podcast episode for us to discuss. So
I mean, it's good too because obviously I don't have kids. Jordan has kids, so he's going to be like that. But I was like, so how are we going to do this? Because like that was one thing that I confused. Because I'm like, okay, I've made some modern ones that I thought would be good, but I'm like, I don't know if Eddie's seen like, say for example, Into the Spider-Verse or something like that.
I've seen them. Yep, yeah, he's
So
seen
that's
them.
what I thought. So I'm like, so do we go like super old?
I've gone for in fact, I'm pretty sure all of mine are 90s. Some of them might be 80s, but I think the majority. I think there's a good majority of them in all movies I saw when I was a tween or teen sort of thing.
Yeah.
So
That was my way of thinking. I was like, okay, so I know Eddie's age.
yeah.
I'm going to go for at least 5 years behind that. But
Although
there are a few modern ones.
I've read the list of the ones I wrote down to Elle, and she's already said that 2 of them he's not allowed to watch because he's too young, which is horse shit.
Which means it's going to be one of the Indiana Joneses, I reckon.
No. Oh, I didn't put Indiana Jones. Oh, that's a good point.
See,
Hang on.
I was going to say there's a few non-negotiable ones that we haven't put. I'm not putting on my list, but I just think Lord of the Rings, Indiana Jones, Star Wars.
Yeah,
those are non-negotiable.
He's seen all the Star Wars. He hasn't seen Lord of the Rings yet. Ellie thinks it's too violent, so I'm not allowed to show him now. And to be fair, I think the cartoon of The Hobbit. No, the cartoon of the Lord of the Rings is terrifying. That terrified me as a kid.
Yes.
So
it's scarier than the actual
swamp.
Real one.
It's the swamp bit. The entire swamp bit is the freaky bit that drives you up the wall. But yeah, so
that's all right. Because I kind of thought those are non-negotiable, and even the Harry Potters to some extent.
He's already seen the Harry Potters. He hasn't read the books though. But yeah,
I'm like, those are the films that are kind of non-negotiable. All kids need to watch.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So anyway, before we get to that, how's your week been?
Yeah, not bad. Kept out of trouble.
Supposedly. Kept your head down. Good. Yep. Likewise, same here. I've had a very, very busy week with work. I've not done much at all, apart from watching anime on my new TV. Because did I tell you that the TV crapped itself?
No.
Yeah. So our old TV, I'll call it the old TV because it's the phone we first bought when we moved here. Basically, one of the LED backlights went. So suddenly half the screen was dark, essentially. So I looked up everything what to do and all that jazz, and I tried all the fixes. Nothing worked. I even tried the last one, which was give it a gentle tap around the frame to try and jig it. But no, even that didn't work. So I've ended up...
There's one bit where you can use heat, supposedly.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I didn't
everybody I know that's told me that, they're just like, don't.
I didn't want to use the heat. No. So what I did is I ended up... We made the decision of one. I was either going to... Originally, when we designed the media room, I was going to get one of those ultra short throw projectors cast up onto the wall.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to do that. But the ultra short throw projectors have not gone down in price. In fact, they've gone up in price. So...
What?
Yeah, because originally when I was looking a couple of years ago, they're like $3,000-ish. And I was like, oh, okay. So, Moore's Law, every 6 months, it gets bigger, cheaper, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
They haven't. They've gone up to about... A decent one sets you back $5,000 now. And I'm like, that sucks. So I was like, I'm not spending $5,000. So what I decided, I'm going to mount a TV. I decided, so bought myself a proper stud finder, proper one, because apparently the one we used But
And how many jokes did you go? Oh, look, I found one.
oh yeah, I always make that joke. You got to do that joke. It's a guaranteed thing. But anyway, so I ended up finding one. I got it for $60 from Mitre 10. Fabulous, really good. And because I found the one that we had that I thought was a stump finder is apparently a pipe finder. Pipe and
Wait,
electricity
what?
finder. Yes.
So it's reading for metal rather than
Yes.
for wood.
So I'm very lucky that I have never electrocuted myself or burst any water pipes in any of the places we've lived in. Anyway. So I decided, so I bought a mount and everything else. So we've gone from a 43-inch TV, we're now up to 65-inch.
Son.
I'm playing Helldivers. I can see the ticks in the grass. That's how good it is. That's how impressive this screen is. But I've been enjoying a couple of anime nights. So I'm sitting there just watching anime and just sort of, you put the lights down low. It's like a movie theater now. It's quite nice. So it's really good.
That's amazing.
But yeah.
That's one thing I want to do. Is I just want to upgrade my TV because we've had the same TV since I've lived with Cherish, and I'm pretty sure it was the same TV I had when I lived with Zoe. So it's a
new
few
house,
years old,
new TV. That's what it sounds like. New house.
That's what we're
new
hoping.
TV.
That's what we're hoping at the very least. So, but yeah, no, like I know at work because obviously we deal with TV. We've got a TV supplier that deals with commercial ones.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I've got an end of financial year sale." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Ooh.
And I'm like, I don't think I'm allowed to do this. Like, my boss is pretty strict on that kind of stuff, and I don't think I'm allowed to do this. And I was like, okay.
What
But
he
I had
don't
a-
know?
Yeah, no, but he had a 65-inch TV, and and it's a commercial one. It's called a commercial one, an LG.
Yeah.
And it was like $1,400. I'm like, oh my god.
That's it. That's expensive. My 65. I've got. So I went to the warehouse to get mine. It's a Vion, right? So it's a Google TV. Number one, which is quite good.
I don't actually know what a Vion is.
Yeah. So Vion, so it's Vion. It's one of these random brands, but basically it's a Google TV. So it's not like you don't have to download. Basically, if you've got a Google account, which pretty much everyone does these days, literally you just sign in, and it's like, great. Here's all your streaming services that you link to. I'm like, great. Sweet. That's all set up. It's all quick and easy, and it only cost us. What did it cost us? 65-inch was, I think it was $1,200. But But it was $1,200. But I got the mount as well with it, sort of thing. So
I know there are some cheaper ones out there, like if you go no brand. But I thought for an LG, and the fact that it's a commercial one, I thought that's not bad at all.
it's probably sweet as, but I highly recommend Vion. Absolutely, not a foot wrong with it so far. The only problem I've got is that it doesn't link well with my soundbar, but my soundbar is 8+ years old because my stepdad gave me it because he got given it as an extra. And so the problem is it's like 5-10 years old, so it's no wonder it doesn't link properly, sort of thing. It links with Bluetooth, but it won't link with the cable anyway. But anywho. So apart from that, obviously this is going to be a big episode with lots of movie titles we're going to have to discuss.
I reckon we're probably going to get a few on.
Now I'll tell you what. The way I've wrote my list, I'm going to be upfront. It's completely random. I've not put it in order. Or
100%. I've done the same.
Good.
I didn't have time.
Thank God. Right, because if you ranked them, I'm screwed. I really.
But for my number 20th spot, I have no. I'm joking. I'm kidding. No, I didn't. I didn't think there would, because I'm like, the problem is if we do go like one for one and we do a top 20.
Oh God.
Chances are we're going to talk about the same movie half a dozen times, because I have a feeling that there's going to be quite a few that are going to.
Honestly, I don't think you could rank these movies because. In terms of my list, mine's a very broad spectrum. So yes. I don't think you could compare. It's like comparing apples and oranges with my list. It wouldn't work.
He's like, I can't compare Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is a shame.
It would be impressive to do, though.
That was one of the ones that I was going to put on the list because I just thought it'd be funny.
I have tried. I'll tell you, right, okay, people may scream at me for this. I have never watched it all the way through, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. I can't. It does not. It has never. I have watched it at various points of my life. I get bored, and it's just like I'm out. It's the same thing with The Sound of Music. The only reason I watched all the way through because Elle said we were watching it for Mother's Day, and I had to watch it all the way through. And I was angry when the word intermission came up. I went, what the F? It's been an hour and a half. What do you mean intermission?
Oh my
Oh,
god. Yeah, no, I mean, Sound of Music is a classic, and I'm sure that whether we have it on our list or not,
no, it's not
Mum's
on the
gonna put
list.
it on the list.
It's not on
So
the
is Mary
list.
Poppins. So is Mary Poppins. I'm sure, even if it's not on the list,
No,
I'm
that's not
like,
on my
I have a
list either.
feeling.
That's not on my
Yeah,
list
but I was
either.
gonna say, I'm like, if they are,
Yeah,
chances are we're not gonna have a say in that. Mummy's gonna be like,
yeah,
yes.
absolutely. So anyway,
So did you want me? Do you want to go first, or did you?
I'll happily go first. So, number one, number one. Now this is a throwback. May I add, a throwback.
Okay.
Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest.
Oh, love that movie. That's so good. I saw that at Phillip Island. So every year, our family holiday, because we couldn't afford much, was Phillip Island. We'd go drive down to Phillip Island. It's about an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Mm.
They had this little hotel that also had these two halls that you could rent out, and they
Yeah.
decided that it was too like they weren't getting as much, so they turned it into a movie theater,
Ah,
which ended up making them a lot more money. So we saw them there, and they would always have during school holidays like kids shows,
yeah.
and that is where I saw Fern Tree Gully. I'd gone fishing with my dad the morning of. We'd hired this little boat that you can still hire down there for about 40 to 50 bucks now. I don't know how much it is now,
Mm.
and it goes about like less than walking speed, so you don't need a boat license anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
if in fact you could probably fart into the water and go faster than this
yeah,
boat
like I
goes.
swear to God, if you put a paddle in there, you'd be like doubling the speed. Like it was horrible. Then we came home, we had lunch, and we went to see Fern Tree Gully,
Fern Gully, The Last Rainforest. Yes,
Fern Gully.
it
Sorry,
it
and that
is
was such
it's
good
just one of
fun.
those movies I literally saw when I was looking through lists of '90s movies. I'm like, yes, that's gotta go on. That's gonna go on. It's one of those terrible movies as well. It's like, but
Yes,
I need Edward to understand the pain that we went through in the '90s of watching some
yeah, I
movies.
was gonna say yeah. We like I know that Toy Story and stuff were amazing,
Oh
but like
yeah,
we didn't have
I'll
that.
tell you now. All right, because I didn't put on the list any movies I know Edward's like Edward loves Toy Story. We've watched it so many times,
Okay.
and honestly, I can't watch the third one without crying as well, which doesn't help. So
Yes.
the third one regrets me
So that
every
was the
time.
hardest thing. So I don't know what he'd seen because like one of the ones that I thought that was going to be good was School of Rock with Jack
Why have
Black.
I not got that on the list?
Such a good fun film for kids, especially if he
Absolutely,
likes music, if he likes something like that. Like I felt
mm,
like it was awesome,
absolutely.
and it was weird because my number two probably is more in line with Fern Tree Gully, so I probably should have said that first,
Yeah.
and I may as well just say it now. But it was oh my god, how have I just gone blank? Where is it? It was
Have you
one of
not got
the.
a list? I've got the list right in
I've
front of
got a list. I've got a list, and then I've gone into IMDb and opened all of them, and I can't remember what it is. Oh no, that's what it was because we have discussed this before. Land Before Time. It's in that same vein.
Yep.
We've-
Hang on.
We
Yeah.
just we're just not allowed to tell him about Ducky.
Oh
I know.
God, no.
Watch it. Watch it now,
Oh,
knowing
no!
what you know.
To be fair, I already used to cry at the movie, but I'm now going to be crying even at it once I know it. I can't. I don't know if I can watch this movie.
Yeah, I know. I know
Oh my
it's
god.
hard.
Yeah, that's going to be really rough to watch. Anyway,
Yes.
all right. So Land Before Time, yes, absolutely. Yeah, that needs to be on the list. My next one, I had Babe.
Oh, okay. The
Babe,
Australian
come
film.
on, Babe is a classic and has to be watched.
Yes.
Also, I did want to put it on, but again, it gets me really sad. Is the Charlotte's Web as well?
Yes.
But that,
Charlotte Webb was a beautiful one. I had that on
yeah,
my list actually. I thought that one would be a cool one just because it is very iconic.
yeah. I mean, Charlotte's Web is just it's a great movie. But yeah,
It's a
it
good
does it tears you up though at some points.
Well, from about the same time, because I think that was 95, then my next one's 96,
Mm.
which is a film that I actually find quite good. And I'm like, I don't know whether Eddie will like it, but I think it's a lot of fun,
Mm.
which is Matilda.
Oh, we did. I did. I don't know if you've seen that already. I might have, but I
So the
don't.
role, obviously based on the Roald Dahl book, it's got whatchamacallit, it's got Danny DeVito and his wife in it, who really weird, another sad story. So the actress from Matilda, her mum was
Yeah.
struggling with alcoholism and different stuff like that.
Oh
So
God.
to this day, Danny DeVito and his wife made sure that she got through school, took her through things, actually
Yeah.
appeared at her college graduation, and has kind of almost semi-adopted her.
Oh
So it was
God,
kind of a
that's lovely.
beautiful film. So her parents in that were mean douchebags actually did some really beautiful things for him. So
Yeah.
well
Oh,
done,
that's
well
nice.
done, Danny DeVito.
Well done, Danny DeVito. We love Danny DeVito. my next one. Oh, hang on. I'm about to say, how rude! I've got my phone on loud rather than silent. Right. This one's a bit of a tearjerker. This one might get you. Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey.
Oh, that's a beautiful film.
It is, and it's really hard. I mean, God, it takes you through ups and downs as a teen.
It really does.
The one thing I kind of realized, the one thing I have to say, the one thing I kind of realized when I was compiling this list of how many movies are designed to make kids cry or get emotional in the 90s.
Which I don't think is a bad thing because
No.
we weren't the most emotional bunch.
But
And
it's,
it is also funny that I think 2 of your films so far have been almost completely no talking or very little talking. Like in regard to
Right.
Babe. And Babe, they don't talk much. There's a little...
the
actually, no,
pig
sorry.
talks the entire movie.
Oh, yeah, no, sorry, yeah. Oh, what am I thinking? Homeward Bound, I know they don't talk.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yes.
Like, I
The
haven't seen
dogs
that
and the
yet.
cat talk to each other. And they're trying
Do
to get...
they?
Yes.
I thought it was all... Oh, man, I haven't seen it in ages.
Here we
bro.
go. Yeah, you need to see it again, brother. You need to see it
Yeah,
again.
I haven't seen it in ages. Maybe I'll come over when you're watching that.
Oh, what?
Well,
Just and we can all have a good cry fest together.
Yeah, why not, mate? Big cry fest. It'd be great. Okay, so I'm thinking of one. I'm thinking Steven Spielberg. We've got to go back to
Ooh.
one of his big hits. Drew Barrymore's first movie.
Oh, let me guess. Is this E.T.?
Yes, it is E.T.
Yes, we got E.T. on the list. We got
The
E.T. on the list.
Extraterrestrial. I had a feeling that would be on the list because it is a classic and it is
Me,
just this.
our only concern with me and Elle is that we wonder, is it now too slow for Edward's generation? Because obviously, like, they're very clicky. You know, you've got to get their attention quick. And I'm just wondering, do we wonder, is E.T. slightly too slow? You know, sort of.
It could be. It could be. And that's the hardest thing. Some of these older films aren't as kind of like bang bang bang, like almost ADHD than what they were
Pretty
back in the
much.
day.
Yeah, absolutely. But it was concern. But it was a concern. We are willing to try it with him, and hopefully it does work. Because great movie, fabulous. Apart from I still remember the scary-ish bit with the government when they rock up and all that jazz. But yeah, it was good fun. But yeah, about my next one is it has a trilogy of movies, and they're all good in my opinion. But I'm probably the only one who thinks they're good.
I'm really hoping he's about to say the Ninja Turtles.
No, we've already watched them, but no, they were good. No, I'm talking about the Mighty Ducks.
I love the Mighty Ducks.
Thank God.
They
Do you think we don't have to have an argument on this? Thank God. Right, okay.
Well, what's funny, you know what's funny too? Mighty Ducks 1, which was originally obviously called Champions,
Yes.
and Mighty Ducks 3, we actually watched at that same cinema as Fern Gully.
Honestly, right, out of all of them, personally, I like number 2 the best. Number
Is that the
1,
one where they bring in the
that's the one where they go to the Olympics. Number 2 is the one
yeah,
where
with
they
Knuckle Puck and stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah, with the Knuckle Puck. Yeah. Now, it's just a preference. You have to kind of watch number 1 though. You can't jump to 2.
No,
You can't jump to 2. You have to watch number 1 before you get to.
There are some films where I feel like you can do that. Mighty Ducks isn't one of them because you really get to understand and know and love the characters from that, and you get the nuances of it. And I must say though, like one thing I was a bit surprised of is when they were bringing people in. I was like, how are they going to do this? Because you've got this team that actually ended up becoming an NHL team because of the movie and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how are they going to do it in a way that actually the nuance of it? And then when they bring in like obviously a few other guys like defenders and things, but then when they brought in a second goalie, I was like, how are they going to bring in a second goalie? Because like the goalies normally don't change out that much unless there's something. But I think the ending of that film. So for anybody who hasn't seen it, there's spoilers. I think it's really
spoil! It's been a few years. I think we are allowed to really spoil it. It's fine.
Yeah. It's probably been 20, 30 years, but hey. But yeah, I know. Imagine that. Fucking, I was about to watch that.
God, hey, I was about to watch it. You spoiled the movie now. Oh God!
I was going to say all these haters in the chime goes, I was going to watch this with my kid. I've never seen it before. But yeah, how they obviously gave Kat that ending was really good because I thought she was such a good character, but they kind of didn't really use her. Like she felt like she was quite a throwaway character.
But it was kind of that age where they went, oh, we need to start throwing girls into the movies. And it's like, but it's a hockey movie. It's like that was the only problem. Is that everyone was like, yeah, but it's a hockey movie. It's a boy, I think
The,
it
the
can't.
thing that I also found weird though is that there were no girls on any of the other Olympic teams.
Yeah, that was the other thing. That's the other thing. It's a complete token, token female character.
Well,
Was
there was
the
also that left winger, the female that was in it that was dating one of the guys. She was like a brunette, long hair. Oh man, hang on, it's gonna.
don't
Uh,
remember that. That is
so her name was Connie.
Connie. No, Connie was the. Oh, hang on. I'm confused.
No,
now.
Cat was the
Cat,
goalie.
Cat was the goalie. No, it wasn't
Connor
Connie
was,
dating Gordon. That was
no,
Charlie's mum. No?
Connie was dating Guy. I'm pretty sure.
Right. God forbid. We're all confused now.
You'll know her if you see her.
Yeah, hang on. Connie, Mighty Ducks. Oh, no. Yeah, she's the ice skater. That's it. She's...
But no, she was in the figure skater. The figure skater was the other one.
No, she's the figure skater one.
No, she wasn't. She was in the first one. She was dating the guy in the first one. She was dating. Oh, what's his name? I'm gonna friggin' lose it if I can't find it. She was dating. Yeah, she was dating Guy in the first one.
I need to watch this movie again.
Yeah, I know. The figure skater was the
Guy Janine.
The figure skater in the Mighty Ducks. That's right. It was Ken Wu. It was the dude.
Oh, okay. I need to have a look at that. I need to look at this. I need to watch this movie again. Is that obviously I need to come watch this movie again just for Edward's sake.
Yeah, no, just for Edward's sake. Because I can't remember this.
So Mighty Ducks is all three movies need to be on that list as well.
I agree.
Yes.
One of my favorite films still to this day, and I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack for this. I have the book, I've watched it, and I love it, and I'm trying to get Cherish to watch it because she's like, I don't know if I want to watch it, and it's still one of my favorite films.
Okay,
and
I'm intrigued now.
The Princess Bride.
Oh God.
Andre the Giant.
Oh, Dez.
Harry Eves. It is such a cute film.
No, it's not. It's bullshit.
It's like it's this cute fairy tale film with Andre the Giant in it.
And you'll know that I am responding to you with whispers because I do not want the monster that I live with to hear that I have just...
I'm messaging Ellie now.
You do not message Ellie right now.
Facebook. I'm pretty sure I got her on
Facebook. You better not tell me in. It's a bullshit movie and I refuse to watch it.
Ellie, let's have a look.
It is awful. We are not watching it.
Oh, look. There she is.
Oh, God forbid. But no. Yeah, so my next one, to move on quickly from that, The Little Rascals.
Little Rascals cool because I also, you know what I also had on there? Sandlot Kids, which is around about the same time.
Literally, do you know the worst bit was when I was writing this list? My brain was like, what's the other Little Rascals movie? And I'm like, and my brain could not remember the name of it. So thank you for that, because I could... Sandlot Kids, that's it. The Sandlot Kids. I love that. The Sandlot Kids is a great movie, sort of thing, just for Hercules. Just for Hercules alone. Or The Beast.
I think it's massive.
That robotic and dog head that they used was ridiculous.
Oh my God. It was so good though.
Oh, it was so funny. Cracked me up. Oh, no, I do love the Sandlot Kids. Yeah, that needs to be done. Absolutely.
Sandlot Kids I thought was on there. Like, I'm guessing he's seen probably a lot of the Disney ones, like The Lion King and...
Yeah. I stayed away from that list because we obviously, growing up when he was a little kid, we watched The Lion King and all that jazz.
I gathered that as well.
But yeah.
So that's...
My next one, and it is a cult classic, and everyone will agree, and it is Jurassic Park 1.
Oh, yes.
And literally, just one. I don't want him watching the rest of that shite, because the rest of it was pointless. One is the best one, and that's it.
That was on my list. I won't lie, I don't even remember watching 2 or 3, to be fair.
Oh, they're just awful. And then all the modern ones, don't get me wrong, do they look good? Yes. Do they need to be made? Absolutely not. They should have, honestly, it should have been left at 1, and that was it.
The thing that was the weirdest, though, is they went with 1, and then they went with 3 with the original cast. And then number 2, they just did, I just remember them doing this spin-off that was kind of like Jeff Goldblum's cool and kind of got this cult classic. Yeah. Let's just make him the lead. They're like, he was a throwaway character at best. Now all of a sudden he's a fucking genius that knows everything about doctors.
Yeah. No, I just, I literally, obviously we need to watch one because one was immense. I remember going to watch that. Was that my first cinema experience? Yes, it was. It was my first ever movie to go to the cinema and watch. My granddad took me and my brother and everything else, and we felt really rebellious because we took our own snacks in. You know, you know,
Check it
we
out.
took our own snacks in. But that was my
Welcome to Rebel Without
first ever
a
movie at a cinema, and oh my god, because obviously I wanted to be a paleontologist at the point, so me seeing these things on screen, I was like, this is cool.
This is the greatest moment of my life.
Whereas my brother and my younger cousins were a bit scared. Whereas I was like, this is
That's
sweet.
the only thing because it is a bit scary.
It is terrifying. Like when I think about it now, logically, it's like I had no business being in that movie theater, but literally my awe of, oh my god, this is awesome, because suddenly you're seeing it on the screen as well. It's just like, wow, this is what we can do. I mean, don't get me wrong, the CGI is terrible in comparison to modern day standards. Some of the CGI is atrocious, but how revolutionary it was. It was so good.
That's the thing though. Back then, it was next level. Like it was the greatest thing ever, and it was insane.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yes,
Go on, you hit me with one now. Come on.
I'm having one that I think I'm gonna guess that you've already shown him.
Ooh.
So because I know how much you love this film.
Go on, give me a description and see if I can guess it. Let's go.
Okay. I'm just trying to think.
I'm trying to think.
I can't even think.
Can you do?
It's Elf. It's Elf.
Uh,
The Christmas film.
Yeah. I've never seen it.
Really? It feels like your kind of movie.
I've never seen it.
It's Christmas based, which makes me hate it instantly. But it is a cult classic that people came, and it came out around that same time as School of Rock, like the 2023.
I have never seen Elf. Now, I am aware of what the movie is before people start commenting and atting me. All right. I know the concept of the movie. I have seen clips of the movie. I have just never ever felt the urge to sit down and watch it. That is it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
actually, I'm surprised I didn't put down the Father Christmas movie. Actually, while I think about it, I used to watch
the old school one from that seemed to be like it's. I think I watched it. It was on Christmas Eve every year for like decades.
I'm just thinking. I'm surprised that I didn't write that on the list. But you can only ever watch it when it's Christmas.
Yeah.
You only ever watch it at Christmas, so I think it just got...
Personally, I don't like Elf, but I know a lot of people do, and it is one of those films...
Oh, I know there's lots of people who go goo for gaga for that movie sort of thing, so I know it must be doing something right, sort of thing. All right.
Yeah. I know, I've got to try not to go overboard, because I was like Simon Pegg, we need to watch Hot Fuzz, but I'm like, that's way too old.
Yeah, not yet. Yeah. No. Right, I'll tell you what. I'll see if you can guess this one just from the cast, shall we? Okay. Okay. It's a Robin Williams movie.
Okay. So it's Patch Adams.
Dustin Hoffman is the big bad. Julia Roberts also stars in it. I know this is gonna throw you. You're gonna be like, "What?"
I know. I'm trying to think of that. Dustin Hoffman is the bad.
Dustin Hoffman's the big bad. Mm-hmm.
I can't think of it.
Okay, it's from 1991, and it is Hook.
Oh, of course. Yes, because that's the only film that they've kind of all been in together.
Because Julia Roberts is Tinkerbell in it, and she looks good in it. Maybe hard. Yeah, I can get on board with Tinkerbell.
Yes.
But yeah, no, but obviously there are so many Robin Williams movies I want Edward to watch, but most of them aren't age appropriate, sort of thing.
Like
I've
Mrs.
got another.
Doubtfire.
No. I've got Mrs. Doubtfire on this list. It's the next movie.
Oh, okay.
Because that is fine. The theme of the movie is a bit dark and dismal, but the movie overall is fantastic, sort of thing. So I reckon it can. I reckon it can hit a certain level, you know. But yeah,
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed this film hasn't come up yet. But it has to be The Goonies.
We watch The Goonies every Halloween because Ellie doesn't do scary movies, right?
I knew you and her did it, but I wasn't sure if Eddie had as well.
Eddie's seen The Goonies, yeah. He understands it's a yearly ritual. Round
Goonies is
Halloween, we will
great.
watch it.
That's all right. I had a feeling you might have because I'm like, I know that they watch it all the time because that's their scary movie.
Yeah.
But I was like, it has to be on the list because it'd be
No,
rude not for
Goonies is a
you to see one.
fantastic movie, and I know they keep flirting with the idea of doing a sequel, and it's been brought up like every 4 or 5 years. There's an announcement that we're thinking of doing a Goonies 2, and everyone goes, "Yes, give us a Goonies 2."
Every time I hear about it, I'm like, no, don't touch it. That's my childhood.
Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. I get why he doesn't want to be touched, but still. Hang on, I'm gonna say Goonies 2, Curse of One Eye Willie. It is. It would never happen. Yeah. Oh wait, when Donna passed away, who's Donna?
Richard Donner, the director.
Oh yeah, said it would. And it was unclear if the cast would return without him. So, damn. But the fact
To
is,
be fair though, I wouldn't want to. That thing was left so perfectly, and it would take something quite amazing. Like I guess they would bring him back as they're now parents, but I'm like,
oh yeah, no. The way they'd have to do it, it's gonna have to be time jumped. And yes, it is. They're all adults now. They all have kids. And the kids don't believe that they found this and all that. You know, it'll be something daft like that, and then something happens, and maybe the ship gets found or whatever. I don't know. It would be
they found the ship in it, but I'm wondering if there's
but it
another
sails off
one
into the sunset, doesn't it? At the end of the movie.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. So it sails off into the sunset as part of the thing. So that
Doesn't it sink after that as well? I thought it would sail. Oh no.
No, it doesn't sink.
Oh.
It just sails off into the sunset, and then logically you go, well, hang on, surely that thing isn't seaworthy.
Yeah,
it's gonna sink at some point. But yeah. But anyway, yeah. So Goonies 2 would be great. Let's see where
I had a feeling it was on the list though. I was disappointed because I'm like, I have a feeling it's on the list, but I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah. My next one, which Elle said she doesn't think it's appropriate, but I think it's fine, is Men in Black, the original Men in Black.
No, Men in Black I think should be fine.
I think Men in Black's fine. I don't think it's that scary. The fact is, he's watched Star Wars and Marvel.
The scary bit is.
Well, you know, it's because of the suspense bits and all that jazz, and she gets fretful and she gets scared over things. So that's all it is.
Like I mean, like have you seen the Star Wars? So has he seen the new Star Wars or just the original 3?
He's seen every Star Wars. He's seen everyone. Sort of thing.
Yeah, I don't think there's that much in it that would be. I
think it's fine. I personally think it's fine. It's like I don't see any issue with it.
Yeah, like that one there. I'm like, no, like I can't even. Like I remember watching it, but I'm like, I don't remember that much. Like it is a bit mind bending as a young kid to be like, what? There could be aliens out there and get your mind going. But yeah, I don't think there's anything too scary in that.
No, I think it's absolutely sweet. I don't see any issue.
Like I think my favorite movie, the whatchamacallit, the Princess Bride. There's more scary things than that. Then they have to go through the swamp of despair.
Yeah, no, there definitely is. God, are you gonna hit me with one from your list?
What did I have? I had one. Oh, Jesus, I've just closed way too many of them. What was it? There was one here that I had. I was gonna say I did put on this list, and I don't think it's appropriate, but I still kind of want it on here anyway. Wow. Was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
He's watched it. He's seen it.
Really?
He thinks it's great. He thinks
this kid is awesome.
Me and Elle watched the latest one, the third in the trilogy, and it is terrible, but it's stupidly funny. Yeah. It's just, what is it about Keanu Reeves that can just pull off that character? Keanu Reeves cracks me up every time.
It is weird though. It's like not only that, he can pull off that character like 30 years later.
It is. It's like he waited 30 years, said like, now's the time. Now we're gonna bring it back. Right, my next one. Oh, when I get this bottle cap off, I put. Now this is a Ben Stiller throwback, and I mean way back as well. Okay. Mystery Men.
Oh, that is funny.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? The best bit is when I said this, I was reading this list when I was reading it to Elle, and I said Mystery Men, and she went. I said Ben Stiller movie. She went, no. Superhero movie. She went, no. And I went, oh my god, how have you not seen Mystery Men? It was amazing. So I think. So yeah. So I've said to her we're gonna have to watch it. It's just sweet as. So it was a scary
Yeah,
one. It's not really scary. It's just it's a comedy superhero movie, and it's really
it's not.
silly.
See, I feel like that would probably be slightly more scary in theory than the
Yeah.
than Men in Black.
Oh yeah, no, I agree with you on that front. So, but yeah,
Like I think that might be one that you watch like later of this list.
yeah. Oh,
I've got two that are ridiculous,
oh,
and
go
I
on
have a
then.
feeling you're going to shoot down both of them
Oh,
because it's just too
if one of
funny.
them is
And
Tokyo Drift, we're ending the podcast this
no,
instant.
no.
I'm just warning you.
So for anybody that did know, as soon as Jordan sent me this, I was like, okay, cool. So you want movies like Tokyo Drift because I know his love affair for Tokyo Drift. So both movies have the Spanish actor John, you can say Lingazo. He was in, he was in Romeo and Juliet. He played one of the thingos.
Lengazo.
It's Leguizamo.
Oh, it's him. Oh, yeah. Oh God. Oh.
So you know what one of the
Yeah,
films
he's Luigi from Mario Bros.
Mario Brothers is one that I've got to put up.
Yeah.
And the other one is The Pest.
The Pest.
Yeah, so he was the lead in this movie called The Pest, and it's 10 shades of ridiculous, and it's just I honestly think it's him and a few of his Saturday Night Live brothers that just did this ridiculous, stupid film, but it's a lot of fun, and you've got to watch it. So in the film, he plays this sort of like Mexican con man that unfortunately gets mixed up with this German guy that's a hunter that wants to hunt the ultimate prize, which he's got down as humans.
Yeah.
But it is 12 shades of ridiculous, and it is not scary even remotely. It is hilarious. I've recently rewatched it. I think I've rewatched it about 3 times in probably the last 2 years. I know I've just downloaded it for Cherish because she hadn't seen it and wanted to watch it. So
I'll tell you now, I have never heard of this movie. So
it is hilarious.
Okay, all right.
I honestly think he would really enjoy it. It's a bit silly. The good thing is it's fast paced and kind of snappy, which is good as well. So I think that could be good. And obviously Mario Brothers, which I just think is absolutely hilarious because
I'll tell you now. I love the original.
Same. That's what I'm saying. I really like it.
But don't get me wrong. I love it from a personal standpoint. But in terms of what it's like for the Super Mario franchise, yeah, it does not belong. It does not belong. I get what he was trying to do, but dear Lord, it should not have been. It should not be created.
So in a random turn of events, I was Googling that, right? Because I was like, Mario Brothers. I'm like, I don't think it's that scary. I'm like, I'll have a look. So I had a look, and supposedly they reckon that the Mario Brothers movie is less canon than the Mario Brothers porno that was made around the same time that had what's that guy that everybody knows from the porn industry? He looks like a giant ferret.
Ron Jeremy.
Yes, it has Ron Jeremy as Mario, and I'm just like, what the hell? And I'm like, I don't want to download this, but part of me is also
don't download it, dear Lord. I dread to think.
How is it more canon than this? But supposedly Nintendo didn't think it was going to be big, so they just kept selling it off and being like, yeah, if you want to make one, go nuts. But yeah, supposedly it's more canon than that, and I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, The Pest, definitely, and
okay. All right, I'll have to see where I can find The Pest, and we'll go from there. All right, my next two, I've got DuckTales the movie.
Oh yes, such a good. I love that.
Mainly, let's be honest, mainly for the intro song. Let's be honest. 100%. And if you're not singing the intro song at full blast, and especially with the woo, get out. Just ignore this podcast. Go away. I don't want you here. Okay? Because
I love that. I don't want you here. No,
don't want you here. You are not the audience I'm speaking to when I say this movie.
But it is funny too, though, because even when you say it, you start thinking it in your head.
Oh yeah, no. My brain starts immediately. I say DuckTales. My brain starts. Life is like a hurricane.
I know. Well, what's weird though is do you remember there used to be a DuckTales game as well?
Yes, and that shit was fecking hard, man.
That was impossible.
That was not designed for kids. That's not designed for AI computers. That shit, man.
Yeah, you needed a supercomputer brain. Like I remember getting in
on
that
the Game Boy like this.
Certain... well, no, because I think it also appeared on the Nintendo, but you can now get it remastered on on Steam,
Okay.
and I really want to get it just to see if I can actually
See,
do it, if I'm any better. But I have a feeling I'm not. So I'm
I
like,
was about to say, do you have the feeling that if you get it and you can't win it, you're like, I'm such a failure as a gamer?
pretty much 110%.
My second movie, right? The second movie I'm going to mention. Now, this is where this might be a bit controversial, but I think the sequel is better than the original, and I think you could see the sequel without seeing the original.
Okay.
Okay, bit controversial. Gremlins 2.
Oh, 100%. No,
100, yeah.
110%.
Oh,
Gremlins
we're not
2
gonna have an
is
argument. Oh, thank
far
God. Right, I thought this one
no,
might actually cause an
Gremlins
argument.
2 is far superior. For me, like when I played Borderlands, I loved Borderlands. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
Then I played Borderlands 2, and then I
We're,
played
we're
Borderlands.
aware of how obsessed you are with this franchise. Do you
Yes,
know what I
and
mean?
I played Borderlands 2 with Zoe and Princess at our house when we lived together, and then we clocked it multiple times, and then we ended up, and then Princess had never played Borderlands, and Zoe hadn't either. So we're like, okay, well, let's go back to Borderlands, and it is clunky and horrible as crap. Like, I don't even know. Like, I remember loving it, but I'm like, I don't even remember how that first game and that second game are even remotely connected.
Yeah.
Because the gameplay, the style, everything is so vastly different, and I feel like that with the Gremlins as well.
Okay. All right. Now, so yeah, Ellie was like, "No, you need to see the first one." I said, "The first one is far more terrifying than the second one. The second one's a
More
comedy."
borderline horror,
Yeah.
and then the other one is just kind of ridiculous. Like it
Yeah.
is 10 Shades of ridiculous
Absolutely. So yeah. So that's the
with
reason why.
spider gremlins and stuff.
Now, now we got a good fun movie.
Yes.
My next one,
I don't take mine.
starring Arnold Schwarzenegger himself.
Is it Twins?
Okay. Oh, Twins is a good one. Maybe should have. That one.
Twins is a good
No,
one.
no, no. I've got Kindergarten Cop.
Oh, Kindergarten is not a tumor.
That
bitch is great. That would not pass nowadays.
It would not. It definitely wouldn't.
No.
It definitely wouldn't. But yeah, so
Got a headache.
Elle was
You'd miss a
like,
tumor.
"Do you not think it's not going to work?" And he was like, "No, I think it's the right age for Ed. I think it'll be all right."
I think it's still funny, and I think it would still work, and I think that. But yeah, I think Twins is another good one that you could put on there. It's a little bit more mature, but I think you could probably get a bit of a kick out of it.
Yeah, Twins.
But no, that was Twins. I wasn't sure whether if it was a bit too old, so I didn't have that on my list. But I end up having these two movies, which I love and I can still watch to this day.
Okay.
Is Ace Ventura.
Oh, we have watched that multiple times. He doesn't get the context of what's going on, but he thinks Ace Ventura is hilarious. And
It is
honestly,
hilarious.
I love Ace Ventura. It is a guilty pleasure movie. If I'm ever having a crap day, I will go watch Ace Ventura because you can't. It's just a. Just everything Jim Carrey does in that role is just super.
But that was like a massive risk because he was this Saturday Night Live actor. He did In Living Color. He did a few great things, and you were just like, "What the hell?" Like this
Honestly.
film could go, and it could have been taken any which way.
Absolutely. No. Like if you think about it now, could they have released Ace Ventura like now? So say Jim Carrey's the same age and blah 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 blah. Not his age now, but he's back then. Say he does that movie now, would it work? No, it would be bombed. It would be banned.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, no, you can't do this and blah blah blah. All this stuff.
There were some great bits in it, like when the guy steps on the cockroach and he's like, "Oh, there's a crime you can do," and he's like, "Well, looking at it, it looks like this crime was done out of jealousy." Because the perpetrator saw the size of the cockroach's dick and got got jealous, and it was a crime of passion, and everybody starts doing that. Or I do think it's funny when his butt talks, like when he's
the butt talks funny. My favorite one is where he's like, and how do you know that? How do you know he was thrown out the window? Well, let me show you.
Oh yes.
She was in that room. She heard the scream. Hence, the window was open and was shut. Therefore, okay, so thank you. And it's just the entire thing. That entire thing cracks me up. And to be fair, the sequel is even better.
Oh,
Chicago. I say
yeah,
Chicago far more often than I
yeah.
ever should.
I love when he's like
Shish kebab.
and they go to yeah, shish
Shishkebab.
kebab, shish kebab.
Shishkebab. Chicago. You're out.
You're out of here. Or when they're fighting that guy, and he's like, they call him the White Devil, and then all of a sudden he's like, he gets the spear. He's like, he gets the spear in the leg, and he's like, ah. And he's like, throw me the spear, and he throws him the spear, and he's just doing it. And then obviously he roughs him up, and then he comes out with that hairstyle that makes him look like the White Devil. It is 10 shades of stupid.
Oh god.
But that's
man.
one film. That's one film where I'm like, once they announced the sequel, I genuinely thought that I'm like, you can't. Like, there is no way in God's green earth that you can. And I honestly think, and I will stand by this and probably cop hate, but I think the second one's actually better.
Oh. I mean,
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I really want to agree with you, but I kind of feel like you need to see number one. You really.
I've seen number. Oh, yeah, you can't watch one without the other.
Yeah,
There's no way of doing that. You can physically not. But I do think that I find number two a little bit better. I just felt like they were in the first one. They were pigeonholed a little bit because they didn't know how it was going to be taken. They didn't know this.
Yeah.
And then in that one, they just kind of went all balls to the walls and went a bit crazy.
I would be really tempted to see, like, now, bring it forward and release a third now. If he was willing to do it. I don't know
Jim Carrey with the giant beard, like just surrounded by animals.
That beautiful bit. Just imagine that he's gone full wild. It would be so good.
Can you imagine that? Like they're looking for something major. And all of a sudden they go into this wilderness, into this Amazonian cave or something, and there's just him sitting there with this giant beard surrounded by animals. It would be the coolest start off. It was kind of like, when they redid Dumb and Dumber, and the first scene is obviously he's been living in that home for years as a giant prank, and that's how they got around it. It was 10 shades of stupid, but I don't think I've watched the full thing, but I've seen a whole heap of clips from it, and I'm like, that's kind of funny, but I'm just like, it would be funny to bring something like that back.
Absolutely. Right. Okay. Right. My next two. Okay. Great movie as well. And this is cult classics. It's spawned some questionable sequels, in my opinion. Tremors.
Oh, yes. I love all the Tremors. They're so bad.
They are terrible. They are god-awful. To be fair, the sequels should never have been made, in my opinion. The
sequels are so good. They're so bad.
They are so bad. They are terrible. And then my next one, and this is a specific movie again, right? Out of a franchise. It's Batman Returns.
Okay.
Now, this caused some... When I said Batman Returns, I was like, no, what about the one with Mr. Freeze? I went, hang on, you want... I was like, whoa.
We're not watching Batman and Robin. No.
Wait, no. Is that Batman and Robin?
I'm pretty sure it was.
Or is that Batman Forever? I can't remember now. Which one was that one?
I can never remember. Hang on.
Which one
was
it?
People.
Batman Forever. Forever? Was that... Oh no, Batman Forever is that's where we go.
Yeah, it's Batman and Robin. Yeah, that's
it's
what I thought.
Batman and Robin. Yeah,
Silverstone, Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah,
and it's just, and then they have George Clooney as Batman.
To be fair, Batman Forever could be good as well because it's got Jim Carrey. Let's be honest.
Yeah, I must say though, Two-Face does amazing. Oh no, he's not in that one, is he?
Tommy Lee Jones, yeah, Tommy Lee Jones is in that one.
Oh yeah. He's fantastic in that.
Yeah,
the Riddler's funny, and I'm just like, it's kind of, and then Uma Thurman as obviously Poison Ivy.
No, I mean, that's the next one. That's the next one.
No, Batman and Robin has Poison Ivy in it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. No, so Batman Forever has the Riddler and Two-Face.
Oh, okay.
Then
sorry.
Batman and Robin has Mr. Freeze. Nice to meet you.
I thought they all had the same one. I thought that was all the one film.
No. It was it's so bad. No, because this is the one because George Clooney versed off against Uma Thurman and Arnold Schwarzenegger, whereas this was the last Val Kilmer Batman. Batman Forever. Yeah, but the one I'm talking about is Batman Returns. This is where it's Catwoman and Penguin.
Yes. Yes.
Which it's a good one because I think the first one is a bit. I don't think it kind of. I don't think it's a bit too dark in my opinion. Whereas the second one's a bit more lighthearted. So that's where I went with that one. My next one is another Robin Williams film, and it's.
Have I already said it? It's not Patch Adams.
No, it's not Patch Adams. And Patch Adams is on my list. Although it should be on the list, but it's not on
It
the
should be
list.
on your list.
Toys.
Oh yes,
Great
that's
movie.
the problem is I'm wondering if those like there are some mature themes there.
There are, yes, I agree with that. Yeah. But still, like I said, toys, and Elle didn't bat an eyelid. She was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I was like, "Oh, okay, oh, okay,
So
all
you
right."
should bet an eyelids at
Oh, don't worry. I'm gonna tell you the ones she said no to. Don't worry, I'm getting to that.
yeah.
I'm getting to that. And even you're gonna go. You're either gonna agree or not agree. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah,
Yes.
do you want to read a couple? And then
One that I've watched and we literally Cherish and I actually watched it the other night and it's just so good. Was Major Pain.
Major Pain.
Oh my god! Tell me you've seen that.
Major. Hang on. Oh, for God's
Oh my
sakes!
God.
Hang on. There we go. Major Pain.
How have you not seen this? Damon Wayans is like a drill sergeant.
I don't know if I have.
Oh my god, this is hilarious. So in one bit there, like there's some funny bits in there, and they obviously he's
Okay.
kind of like this drill sergeant to like these pretty much troublesome kids and stuff.
Yeah.
And then at one point there, they do something to him, and as punishment, they shave all their heads.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, there's a blind guy there too.
All right.
So you actually see him do this, and then he reaches his hand down, and the thing pans down, and there's a shaved bit here on his seeing eye dog because he shaved all their heads. It is funny. Like if you have
Okay.
not seen this, watch a trailer. It
Right.
is
Okay.
brilliant.
All right.
I'm actually
I've put it.
happy that you
I've,
haven't.
I've noted it. It's going to be interesting. I'll say it certainly. Okay. All right. Hit me with
Major Pain is funny as hell. There's another one that I'm like, I'm not sure how it's gonna go because I found it funny. I remember it was just this really cute film, but I'm not sure if it's more to a more feminine than thing, which was Curly Sue.
What the hell?
Oh my god! Have you...
What? Are you educating me right now? Curly Sue.
Yes. It's got Jim Belushi. She's like this cute curly hair. She's got all this hair, and she's like a drifter.
Okay. No, never heard of it. And
Bill,
maybe Elle
Bill and Curly
has.
Sue are not a 9-year-old orphan partners in crimes, and they're pretty much like scammers.
Okay.
But it's just this cute little coming of age film with Curly Sue getting a lot of stuff. And again, another film that I just recently downloaded for Cherish because it was just such a good film.
Okay.
But I'm like, okay.
All right. Okay. Well, we will have a look at the trailer and see what we think of that. That's going to be interesting. All right. Now, the L turned her nose up at this one ever so slightly. Doesn't think it should be on the list. And
I'm going to go with Let Me Think because I know how much you love this film, and I'm wondering if you said this and she went no. Is it Weekend at Bernie's?
No.
Oh,
No, that's not on my list.
list.
Coneheads.
Really?
Coneheads.
Oh, heads, yeah. No, I can kind of see that.
She was wondering if it's inappropriate, and I said, "Hang on, it does. It goes through the spectrum of childhood all the way to being a teenager. I think it's absolutely fine and appropriate as a movie, sort of thing, and it's hilarious as well. You know, come on.
It's funny as hell, but I'm like, I reckon that's like a 13, 14-year-old.
Okay.
I don't know if
All right.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm kind of on the fence there. Like I'm like, I know Eddie's quite mature for his age,
Yeah.
and obviously kids grow up a lot quicker, so it might be. But that one's definitely one later on the list. Like if you've got a
Okay.
list of 40,
Yeah.
put that at like 41.
Oh no, we're further than that now because I keep adding your ones. I forgot.
Yeah, sorry.
I keep my next one was Casper.
Oh, Casper, yeah, of course.
Great movie, fabulous. I think it definitely needs to be up there and on the list, sort of thing.
Because I had one that's probably around about that same vein, which was George of the Jungle.
Forgot about that one. George of the Jungle. Yes, that's
Brendan Fraser, mate.
Yeah, Brendan George.
Again, another film I saw at the Two Thing Cinema at Phillip Island.
George of the Jungle, absolutely. Yeah, that needs to be on the list. Absolutely.
Which I think I think it'd be rude also not to add in his other comedy classics like Dudley Do Right. Have you not seen Dudley Do Right? It was a cartoon that they've turned into a film. He's a Canadian mounted police, and he's like very like by the book, and he solves crimes even though he's kind of clueless.
No, I have.
What?
I have never seen.
It was based from memory. It was based off a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
To be fair, the Hanna-Barbera cartoons are just immense anyway, let's be honest.
Yeah, but this is another Brendan Fraser one that's really
Okay.
funny.
All right, Dudley.
Wow.
I'll add it on.
Okay.
All right, okay. I'm adding it. Dudley do right. Okay, right. All right, I'm adding that on. Right. Now, actually, we need to have a discussion on this one. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So
Okay.
I put a specific movie, and Elle disagrees. Elle thinks that we should go earlier, a lot earlier. So it's the 007 series. Okay. All right.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Now, of course, I started off on Goldeneye because Goldeneye is like
100%.
that.
Pierce Brosnan is my Bond. 100%.
It's a chef's kiss. It is fabulous. It has everything you want in the movie. It's just great. Okay. Elle says that she thinks you need to go to a bit early, quite a bit earlier, like the Connery era, because
I'm okay with that.
it's good. Like she was thinking Doctor No and all that, and I find it hard to argue because obviously the older ones are good because it's more gadget and it's all about the thing, whereas GoldenEye was very.
Yeah,
we're gonna give you gadgets, but we get a lot of action, and and I get it, but I find it hard to argue that you can't not use GoldenEye.
Yeah, that's the hardest thing. Like GoldenEye for me is one of those.
I mean, yeah, because you're the same age. You're roughly the same age as me, and Pierce Brosnan is our Bond.
But I do.
Please ignore the dogs in the background.
That's right. I do think Connery is amazing, and I do think that I don't see it as a bad thing because I think also stepping him through that. Because the problem is if you give him GoldenEye and then try to take him back, they're 10 shades of horrible.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think of that.
Because that's the thing. Like, and no offense, the build up to it is amazing.
Yeah. So hang on there. So say, I'm just having a look. Let's have a look at the. I mean, so Doctor No's the original. That's the first one, which is 1962. I mean, I reckon maybe it could work actually. Definitely, I'll tell you what. The one movie we are gonna skip is On Her Majesty's Secret Service because that movie's dog shit. That one, with George Lazenby.
That one, I'm like, that's not even a Bond film. Like that's just a film that they made kind of like that.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I think the 007 films would be great, but I think stepping him up to that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I guess.
So start off with Doctor No before we get to the good stuff.
Because I think because they're so old as well, what they could get away with on television was a lot less than what they could on, say, like Casino Royale or whatever the newer one is.
Oh no, you see this. I tell you what. The one thing I will say, I don't like the Daniel Craig era.
No.
I agree. 100%. Where's the gadgets? And even the gadgets they give him aren't really good. It's nothing.
And I know the idea that behind it was that Casino Royale was like the first time that we actually see Bond. Like it's almost like a prequel.
Yeah.
But it was kind of like it was just this spy film that lost all the spy thing. It just kind of made him a bit of a badass.
The Bondness. I watched James Bond for he's got a watch that can blow stuff up or he can hack
or a laser.
It's got a laser ability. That's what I want to see. I've turned up to watch Bond. I've not turned up to watch. Oh, the worst bit as well. In my opinion, the worst bit is that Casino Royale. Is he gets this beautiful car, stunning, amazing. Does it have any gadgets? No, doesn't matter. The fact is that the one bit of the movie we get to see the car, it gets blown up. It's like, what's the point of having the car in the movie then?
It's almost like we've got one more movie that we have to use for an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
And you've literally gone, okay, cool, and then all of a sudden it's like, drive in, blow up. You're like, really? Like, what was the point of that?
Yeah. What was the point of giving us a cool looking car and you don't even get to see it in the movie? That was the worst bit. Yeah. But yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, no. But I think the Bonds are great. But I do think. Starting early.
Let's start him off early. That's all right. Okay.
He's got to work his way up to the goal.
He's got to suffer like we all have.
Yeah, we all.
But we'll ignore Her Majesty's Secret Service. We'll just
that's not a Bond film.
No, do you know what the worst bit about that movie is? Right, the worst bit about the movie is the opening bit where he breaks the fourth wall and says, "The other guy didn't have to deal with this." That's the worst bit of the movie. He's like, No, sir, you can't break the fourth wall as Bond.
Yeah, no. It's just... It was 10 shades of ridiculous, and that's me saying,
yeah, absolutely.
What the hell? Right, I've got two that around about the same year, and could be kind of like, nah. So I was a big fan of Sister Act 2.
Oh yeah, actually yeah, Sister Acts have to be on here. Absolutely, yeah.
Sister Act 1 was good, but Sister Act 2 just blew it out of the water with Lauren
Absolutely,
Hill
no,
and
no, no.
all these amazing ones.
Yep.
And then the other one, actually, I've just actually Googled the name of it, and it's come up at the bottom, which is even more silly. But I kind of want to add this to it. But it was Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
We've watched that. Yeah, he quite likes that. Yeah.
And then the random one that came up underneath, which is absolutely amazing, was Surf Ninjas.
What?
Have you not seen that? It is so good.
Surf Ninjas.
It is. It's pretty much this. It's a 1993 film,
Okay.
and it has like Rob Schneider. What's his name? The guy from Naked Gun. Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah.
Leslie Nielsen as the bad guys.
Actually,
but pretty
Naked
much
Gun needs to be on here as well. Let's be honest.
Here's the synopsis for anybody that hasn't seen it. It is funny. He's the bad guy. It has Rob Schneider. It has Ernie Reyes Jr., who is a really good martial artist. But it's got here the brothers Johnny's an adolescent surf talent, and Adam, a prepubescent video game addicted, grow up carefree in California, an adopted son of veteran Mac. Inseparable friends and wacky local louts. Where are we? Yes. It doesn't really fuck. It just goes on and on about this crap. But pretty much, they're just these California bums that have grown up together, and they're two friends.
Yeah.
And they pretty much surf, but then they've also found out that they're actually related to some ancient sect, and they're like ninjas. It is funny.
Now you see, I did have on my list. I have 3 Ninjas.
3 Ninjas is quality. I love those. I had those on DVDs.
Yeah, and 3 Ninjas 1 and 2 absolutely need to be on.
Yep.
Yeah. So now we get
Ninjas.
Now we get to the bottom of the list where we started adding some sort of thing. Power Rangers the movie. Now
I'm okay with that. I like that. I'm okay with that. That's the
I
original
love
one.
Great. Yeah, they're the original, the great. That was it 2000, whenever it was, and fabulous movie, great, and I think it definitely needs to be on there. Now the next two these two have been vetoed, by the way. She has said that they are inappropriate and cannot be done. And I was like, oh, okay.
Okay. That's a big call, eh?
So the first one is Mars Attacks.
Yeah, I can see that. No, I can see that. It's funny.
What's wrong with Mars Attacks?
I like the film. The film's a bit like ridiculous, and I kind of like it, but I do understand why she's vetoed that one.
God, you're meant to be in my corner. My corner.
I do think it's a bit too.
I will agree. Right, the next one, I will agree that it is inappropriate, and it is Austin Powers. Okay.
Austin Powers, I want to disagree with you because I want him to watch that.
No.
Because it is comedy gold, but I do agree that
it is. No, it is definitely a 14 plus. Definitely a 14 plus. Yeah, that one is it's still on the list, but it's not now on the list. It's going to be down the line on the list.
Yeah, I think Mars Attack, like I'm in two minds about that because there are certain things that I'm like, yeah, that's cool, and there's other things that I'm like, yeah, I'm not 100% sure on that one.
No, I think it's great. I just think it's a great movie.
It is. It's a funny film, but I think it may be on that one where it's a little bit older.
Yeah,
like it's later on in that 40.
All right, I'll tell you now what is on the list because I went past 20 because after talking with the wife. Now one movie she said was she'd be fine with Edward watching. Right, bear in mind she's vetoed those two. Right, she's vetoed those two.
Okay.
She said, "Oh, what about that vacation movie?" I said, "What vacation movie?" She went, "Oh, the one where they're in the car." And I went, "Are you talking about National Lampoon's Vacation 1 and 2?" She went, "Yeah." And I went, "Do you not remember this movie?" I said,
I was gonna say he's gonna see his first pair of titties and much more. I remember seeing that where the Dutch girl just goes, "Do you want to touch them?" and opens up, and I'm like, "No."
But she was like, "Oh, you can watch them," and I'm like, "He can't. If you are vetoing Austin Powers and Mars Attacks, you can't have that."
No,
it's absolutely not. But she was very adamant. I was like, "No." Yeah, it feels like she's forgotten it. But yeah,
so there's 4 good ones that I think would be funny as hell, and they're all sports based.
Oh, okay.
So 1994's Little Giant, which is about American football. which made me fall in love with the girl that's in it. Her name's, I'm going to say Shauna
Is it Little
Waldron?
Giants or Little Giants?
Little Giants, 1994. So it's got Rick Moranis as the
Oh
coach. It's
yeah,
got
I remember. Oh yes, that's got to go on the list. Little Giants.
the other one was Rookie of the Year. Do you remember that one from 1993 where he breaks his arm and the tendon heals really quick, so he gets.
Oh
he
my
catches
god,
a foul
yeah.
ball
So
and
he's
he
able to throw
throws it.
speedballs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other one. The other one obviously is the original Space Jam because there's only one.
Oh, you've seen that because it's my favorite movie of all time.
Then the other sports one, which I think he has to watch. Feel the rhythm, feel the raid.
Yeah, he's seen that as well.
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Come on.
Cool Runnings.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. If you hadn't seen Cool Runnings up to this point, I'm a failure as a father, in my opinion.
know.
Yeah.
Feel the rhythm, feel the raid.
Yeah. So on the last bit of my lists, I have a classic which is Iron Giant.
Yes.
Yes.
If you like Iron Giant, you know another cool one that could be he might want is called Small Soldiers.
Yes.
Remember that?
Oh, I love Small Soldiers. That's so good. Right, Small Soldiers.
Okay, cool.
Small Soldiers. Perfect. Right, I'll add that on there. Short Circuit. Now,
Short Circuit is a great
now,
one, but
now, the question is, I don't think, right, personally, Short Circuit 2 is better than 1, but
yes,
can you watch 2 without seeing 1?
that's the thing. I don't agree. I don't think so.
I don't
And
think you can. Yeah, I think that's the problem. The problem is you have to watch the first one to understand the concept of the second one, right? You know,
unfortunately.
But the second one is just far superior. It's so good.
You know what's disappointing? We haven't got Muppets Treasure Island on there.
Okay, right. I don't listen. I'm gonna say something.
I love the Muppets.
Listen. I'm gonna say something, and I don't want you to hate me. Okay.
Right. I haven't watched any of the Muppets.
I hate the Muppets. I can't stand the Muppets.
Do you have a fear? Do you have a fear of
No,
Muppets?
I hate the Muppets. I hate Sesame Street. I just do not like the puppet thing. Okay, I just don't do it. I just don't do it. And listen, if this is the end of the friendship, I understand. We had a good run, Des. We had a good run, right? If this is the end, it's fine.
Oh,
okay, but
I
listen,
love the Muppets.
I've never liked it.
Here's another classic that I didn't even think of too.
What?
So there's two. So there's one from 1997, also starring Robin Williams, where he's a scientist.
Flubber. Yeah, we've watched it. Eddie thinks the Flubber is the funniest thing on this planet, especially when it's going insane. He honestly, he gets the belly giggles. You know, where you're struggling to breathe. He gets that good one. You know, and
in that same vein as well, though. What about Nutty Professor?
Oh, now
I might be a bit old. I think
that's definitely a 14+ kind of movie.
Yeah. Especially when he's like, spandex, I can see my dick.
Yeah.
And he's just doing it like, no.
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
That wasn't actually one, but that was one when I clicked on Flubber, it came up. But the other one that I had was Beethoven.
Oh, Beethoven. Yes.
That giant, big F-off dog.
Absolutely. That needs to be on the list. I didn't think about that.
Actually, speaking of Robin Williams, what about Dr. Dolittle? From 1998. With Eddie Murphy...
I was about to say that's not Robin Williams.
Sorry, I mean thinking of Nutty Professor. Sorry.
I said Robin Williams. Don't do it. I was like,
no, sorry.
When
Nutty
did
Professor,
you do that?
Nutty Professor. Sorry.
Dr. Dolittle. Yeah, Dr. Dolittle could be good.
What about a fun one like Richie Rich or like?
Oh, that's that's an absolutely atrocious movie. It should never have been.
I'm trying to think because I'm guessing he's seen Home Alone.
Oh yeah. No, we've watched the Home Alones. He thinks they're
yes.
And as you can imagine, he thinks it's a great when the trams go up. It's the best thing ever. Now, yes. I've got a couple. I've got 3 left. Oh no, well 2 left because you've already mentioned one.
Yeah, I've got one.
The Karate Kid.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
It's got to be on. It's got to be on there.
You just watching the first one? Or are you going to show him the second one too?
No offense, the first one was the best one. It should just be left there.
Yes,
I mean,
I'm okay with that.
Every other one shouldn't have been done. Shouldn't have been made. Yeah.
And now you've got the TV series as well.
Yeah. Oh god. I don't mind Cobra Kai. I do not mind it, but
Oh, I
it
haven't
took
seen it. I haven't watched
it.
any of it.
You know, as I've discussed many times, you have to get me within 3 episodes or 2 or 3 episodes of watching a series, right?
Yeah.
Literally, that got me on the last bit of episode 3, and then suddenly I'm
Oh,
watching 4, and then 5, and then suddenly I'm in. I was in then, but literally, it was on the cusp. That's how
oh,
bad it was. I was on the cusp. The last one was The Parent Trap, but the Lindsay Lohan, obviously the 90s
yeah.
Lindsay Lohan one.
I
Sort of
must
thing.
say though, the original one's cool too. But yeah, I think the
Yeah,
Lindsay Lohan one's a bit more modernized and a little bit more.
absolutely. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Has he seen Back to the Future? Is that one on there?
yeah, oh yeah, oh god, yeah, he's seen that to death. He actually doesn't like it because he's seen it too much.
Wow. Okay.
He's like,
Because
no, I don't want to watch it anymore.
what was the other one I had? I had something else that I can't remember what it was now. Oh my god, what was it? There's something reminded me of it. It was. Oh, there was one more that I had that I was like, maybe this one, and now I can't think of what it was.
Okay.
Um, it's just gonna. Are you gonna get a random message and just be like,
It's
"Idiot,
this. It's this. It's like what? Yeah, for movie.
What we were just talking about. We were talking about. Oh, I'm trying to think because you reminded me of it off one of the other films you were talking about, and it made me go, oh, can't remember.
Anyway,
It
all
was
right.
oh no, I know what it was, and this might be a bit old because obviously that poor horse.
Oh, we're talking about Never-Ending Story.
Yeah,
Oh god,
100%.
I've
That was the
never,
other one.
I've never watched it. I've never wanted to
What?
watch it. Or anything else? It looks awful and terrible. And it, why did they name multiple movies on it? Realistically,
It was cool. It was really
it
cool.
was
What
not
about
cool.
the other one that when I've just clicked on this has come up? The original Jumanji with Robin Williams.
Ooh, oh
Like
yes,
he's
actually,
obviously seen the
yeah,
Rock
yeah,
one, I'm
yeah,
guessing,
yeah.
but
I don't know if you've seen the Rock one. Jumanji. I can spell it. I'll put original.
yeah,
There we go.
definitely the original.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. All right. So far, I've got a list of 54 movies. That's a year. That's over a year's worth of movies to do with him. Sort of thing. Because what we're gonna
Oh,
do.
really?
Well,
A
yeah.
one a week kind of thing.
Yeah, we're gonna do it once a week. And what I figured we'll do is once we've approved the list, is we're gonna put them into envelopes and we're gonna randomize.
Oh, that's cool.
put them on different numbers, and then Edward gets to pick like on a Monday each week, and then we make snacks for that movie as well. Sort of
That's
thing.
cute. That's
Yeah.
actually really, and that's really cute. So for anyone living out there, that's a great idea just for family bonding time. And yes, you're probably going to watch some films that you've watched years ago, or you may not 100% like, but you may also surprise yourself. Like Major Pain, that but it sounds like you haven't seen, is friggin' hilarious. And I'm shocked I haven't seen that.
I'm interested. To be fair, I have added on this list as well. I have just added while I was thinking about Naked Gun, which is tempting. Might be a bit maybe not yet, possibly for that. I've also
I
added.
want you to watch Pest, and I want you to watch Pest and
I've also added
Major Pain.
Airplane.
Oh god.
What's wrong with that? It was a great movie.
No,
In case we don't make this through, good luck.
I was going to say, not a chance, man.
What's wrong with that? It's a great movie.
Yeah, but it's not for kids.
Oh, to be fair, there is a movie that me and Ellie will want him to watch at some point because we've watched it so many times. And I don't know if you've seen it. It's called Kentucky Fried Movie.
What?
Have you? Oh my god! Right? Okay. Right. Listen. I'm gonna encourage you to go watch it. Right? It has a sequel. Netflix went and did the sequel. I can't remember what the sequel's name is
1977 film.
Yep. Oh yeah. We're talking. It is a classic. What is it? And sequel to what is it? Kentucky. I can spell Kentucky. Here we go. The sequel. Oh, sequel to Kentucky Fried. Oh, hang on. No. There we go. Where is it? Netflix. It was on Netflix. It was because it was really funny. Because it was hilarious because you saw the new one. Oh, I can't find it now.
It says here, Amazon Woman on the Moon is like the unofficial sequel to the Kentucky Fried Movie.
Netflix did a sequel essentially to it. They called it, I think it was Movie 42 or something like that. It was something I can't remember now, but it was Basically it was off the wall as good, but it had
Really?
like all the modern day actors that we know. You had Johnny Knoxville,
Movie
Sean William Scott.
43, it's got here.
This is movie 43. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, is that the one with Huge Jackman's got the huge nuts on his chin?
I don't know. I can't remember. We've watched it once.
There was one movie. I can't even. I know I haven't seen it, but there was one movie that, from memory, he had these like nuts on his chin, and I thought it was that one
It might be that.
because it sounds like that. Yeah, it's him. He's got nuts sitting here.
Okay, I think
He's instead of an Adam apple, he looks like he's got nuts, and yeah. At one point, then he says it gets cold, and they kind of shrivel up back into his throat. He's with Kate Winslet.
Yeah, it might be. But anyway, I highly recommend watch Kentucky Fried Movie. It basically, because you like Python, right?
Yes.
It is very Python-esque in terms of thing.
Oh,
but
speaking of Python, what was that one that they did in 1981? Oh, and it was kind of like the kids' version of Python. What was it called? 1981. It was like Banditos or Bandits or something like that. Time Bandits. Kevin, an 11-year-old boy, gets to change time travel with a group of dwarves. He tags along with them as they jump from era to era in search of treasure to steal.
Okay, I'm gonna add that.
And it's kind of meant to be like it is. Oh, you know what you need to get him to watch? Willow.
Willow.
Have you? Don't. I will literally end this call right now. It's got Val Kilmer in it. Warwick Davis. You've got to be fucking kidding me.
I don't recognize it.
No. At all.
No. I'm looking at images right now and none of that rings a bell.
1988 Willow. Oh my god.
Does that mean you're about
to end
are you about to end the call? Is that going to be the end of the podcast session?
That might be. Ron Howard directed it.
No.
Oh my god, it was a classic.
No.
It was the one that started those movies. Like obviously you had like The Land Before Time. You had no, sorry, not Land Before Time. You had The Dark Crystal. You had Princess Bride. You had Labyrinth. You had Legend. Then you had this as well. Oh my god, bro.
I'm sorry. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to end it there because I think Des might actually is about to cuss me out of a storm. So we're going to say,
not seen Willow.
We just want to remind you can find us available on all good podcast forums, and you can see our beautiful fits.
Enjoy our last episode. That's it.
You can also find our beautiful faces on TikTok, not TikTok, on YouTube as well as Spotify. Please make sure you like, follow, share, and subscribe, and anything else. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's the unfriend button on this thing?
We will be back next week
with a new co-host.
Peace out.
Latest.